Hello everyone, Roger with Creating with Your Spiritual Universe, CWYSU.com, CWYSU.com. You can go there to check us out, check out our services, and all the things we have to offer. And on that line, we are changing the site. We're doing a complete overhaul of it, including the name, because Creating with Your Spiritual Universe, I mean, it rolls off my tongue pretty easily, but it's pretty hard for people to remember. And to be honest, it's not a good name because it has too many syllables in it, too many words. And if people can't remember it, it is not their it is not their problem to have to remember it. We need to make it simpler and easier for the mind to grasp. So we're going to be changing the name of it, and I don't want to announce anything because I don't want people to think, oh, that's what's, and they go looking for it, and then it's not there because it's not online yet. Okay? Oops, 1 second there. We're a little tumble on the phone here. Okay. Stay good. So we're doing that, and we're just making those changes because it's very important to move where the consciousness is moving, because as we grow in consciousness as a planet, the old stuff is not going to work. You're going to have to plug into what the new consciousness demands and requires, and this goes in line with that. A few years ago, when I created that site, that was what was appropriate back then. That is not going to work now. And that, like I said just a couple of years ago. That site is not that old, the one that we're revamping now. It's not that old at all. But we have to keep moving in the direction of Mother Earth and the consciousness that she's allowing into the planet. Because you don't want to be left behind. And but the great thing is, being left behind doesn't mean, well, it doesn't have anything to do with how much money you have, what your connections are, what your accomplishments in life are. Those have nothing to do with it. Nothing whatsoever. It's just the desire to be awake. And not only just to be awake, to reach other levels of awakeness, because there's always another level, So it's not as in there's always another level, as in the standard or the goal is always being stretched just as soon as you get there. If you're in the corporate, if you're under the hierarchical corporate model, which has been diagnosed as, because they say corporations are entities, right? Or persons. Corporations are persons. They're entities. Everything's an entity, but they're persons. Well, they're not. And if they were a person, they would all be psychopaths. So I'm not talking about like the bar being raised just as soon as you get there and you never really get the satisfaction of arriving. Not that kind of thing. You arrive and you enjoy. And then when you go what's next, then there's always something else to challenge you, to make life worth living, and to give you greater senses of accomplishments, greater senses and awareness, greater levels of consciousness that you can achieve, while at the same time enjoying life, enjoying what you've already accomplished. Because it doesn't mean that what you've already done doesn't matter. You get to enjoy that too. Look back and really savor those accomplishments while being able to look forward to the next thing. It's not an either or thing here. So as the consciousness shifts, as we evolve and evaluate, because eventually human beings as we know them will cease to be, and we will become something else. Just like you have, all the different types of evolutions of humanity. You had Homo erectus, Homo habilis, Homo hybrid, I can't even say it. Hyperbergensis, all these different levels of where humanity evolved. We're now at the level of Homo sapien, and we're going to the next level where we will be able to, well, no one really knows what we'll be able to do. I have an idea. You will be able to see, hear, touch, and enjoy, and be able to perceive more of the reality in front of you than you have. And it's not something that can easily be described, because it's not going to be understood at the level of our intellectual mind at this point. There's nothing to relate it to. And the only reason why we understand or can have understanding is because we have somewhere within our minds, there's something that allows us to relate to what it is that we're trying to comprehend. And that's how we understand it. If there's nothing in your mind to relate whatever is being put in front of you, you're not going to understand it. We're not going to understand it. It's just the way the human mind works. So, along those lines, where are we now? We're in the month of July 2018, going into the month of August. And there are massive shifts happening. And I'm one to go, hey, wake up. Be mindful of what these shifts mean so you can ride the slipstream. What's the slipstream? When you have a boat and in the water and it's going through the water, it leaves like a wake, and you can ride on that without any effort on your part. Any effort on your part. In this case, it's going to be an effort. You have to make the choice. You have to be willing. And you have to be willing to feel things as they leave. But it's the easiest way to get things done in energetically. And really, since everything is energy, it's the easiest way to get things done. How does, the highest flying bird stay up in the air for that long? It's using the slipstream of the wind. It's catching the wind as it's going up and catching different gusts and just riding each of them, and it just spreads its wing out and just soars. And the wind and the air is doing all the work. That's why it can stay up there for that long. So we're using the same principle. I'm recommending you use the same principle with these times. Now, what are these times doing? Because it's important to know what the times are doing so you can be in line with them. It's about these times with the eclipses, the one on July the 12th, and the other that's going to occur on the 27th, are about getting rid of the things that no longer serve you. You're hanging on to anger. You're hanging on to emotional baggage. Mental states that don't serve you. Feelings. And they'll come up as feelings. So when you say, oh, what are you talking about, Roger? Getting rid of stuff that don't serve you. Hey, all those things that give you those feelings that you don't like, that's your clue. And start with the feeling. Let's start with one that I was talking to a friend of mine with, poverty consciousness. It's rampant among many of us. Poverty consciousness. Right? What can you do about that? What can you do about that? Just shut the car off. What can you do about that? Well, what kind of feelings do you get when you feel like you don't have enough money or enough abundance? Let's just say abundance, because we're rising beyond money, and we're not going to keep tying ourselves to dead people, dead presidents. Okay? We're not going to keep tying ourselves to that necromancy. associating with things that are not living. We are about thriving and living, not surviving and then dying. Okay? So we want to rise above this. I don't have enough money. No, money is dead. Just look at the people on it. They're all dead. Okay? So we want to rise above that into thriving and living. So what do you feel when you feel the sense of poverty within? How does that make you feel? It's the feeling. You don't have to know how it's going to go. You just have to say, I want this feeling gone. And as all these feelings, you call them up. You say, well, how do I feel when I feel this poverty? And just keep going, because it's not just one feeling. Trust me. They're not letting you get away with just one feeling. How does that feel? Abundance. Throw poverty in the right connections and associations and people and friends. How do you feel when you're lonely, when you feel lonely? Because it's a feeling. I won't get into it, but we're never lonely. We have so many things around us that want to be with us and associate with us. But when you feel that loneliness, which is the lack of abundance in friendships and associations, that's why I use the word abundance and not money, because money is too short-sighted. How does that feel? Get rid of it. That feeling that makes you feel less than, that brings your frequency down, you want to get rid of it. And you want to get rid of it. And these times are here. They're waiting. It's like the garbage man is waiting outside your door for you to bring all the garbage out. Bring that garbage out. Because the energies that are here for that kind of thing. Getting rid of things that do not serve you. So to sit there and do it, just sit quiet and meditate. Now, if you don't meditate, no problem. There is no excuse. Well, I don't meditate, Roger. What are you talking about? No excuse. Sit quietly with yourself and think about the things that you know that happen within you, or that you do that you no longer want to happen within you, or that you no longer want to do. Take it out. If that doesn't work, get a piece of paper. Write them down on a piece of paper. All the things that you no longer want in your life. All those things. Start writing them down as much as you can remember. And then go and then read them out to yourself and say, these are the things that I want gone from out of my life. And I want them gone from out of my life, the life of my children, and the life of my ancestors, and everyone. Whatever brought this here into me, I want it to be gone and cleared on every level. And you're not going to allow time to restrict you. You're not going to allow space to restrict you. Right? Time and space they're not going to be a problem for you. You want them gone, and you don't have to remember, where, when, where. You just go, I want them gone from the root on up. And your spirit, your divine self, knows how to handle that. Leave that up to them. Leave that up to them. And watch the magic happens. Now, here's a little thing you can do to sort of be physical to really drive the point home. Get that piece of paper and you read it out to yourself. And then you take a lighter or some matches, you go outside somewhere safe and burn it. This is a very popular ritual people do to get rid of things they don't want. Fire is a cleanser, and symbology is important. You do that, and it will be done. Doesn't cost you a dime. These are the things we could do for ourselves that enhance our lives. So take advantage of these times and use these energies for what they're here for. Use these energies for what they're here for. So thanks once again. Take advantage of what's here, what is here right now. Okay? And until the next video, remember to defy the taboo against finding out who you truly are.